Warriors 116-108 last night. Ja Morant had a game-high 29 points for Memphis, who now find themselves 3.5 games out of first in the Western Conference. So yesterday, if you guys remember, Skip said that Memphis had become a legit contender in the West. So, Shannon, do you now agree?
I don't think they're there yet. It's kind of like the old Ice Cube movie. Are we there yet, Skip? I don't think they're there yet.
Not yet.
But they're coming. I watched this game from start to finish. Skip, they got young. And see, the thing that they have going from them that very few teams have, Skip, they're a good team, but they're young. And they play every single night. I mean, they got Steven Adams, I think it might be the oldest guy on the team, Skip, but he's 28.
He didn't play last night.
Yep. But all the rest of the guys, they young crew, Jackson and Ja 22, Bain probably 22, Jackson's like 24. They're young, and they get guys coming off the bench.
By the way, Zaire Williams, Bronny's ex-teammate from Sierra Canyon, which was just 2 years ago. He started last night and played great, covered Steph most of the game. He's 20 years of age. Go ahead.
And that's the thing, Skip.
Yep.
So they're going to play hard. They're not going to get nights off. You know, Chris Paul might take a night here or there. You know, you get Steph. Steph's going to get a night. Clay's not going to play all these games because he's just coming back from after 2 years. Draymond is out right now. He's going to get a night here or there. These young guys are going to play every single night. And now you let them. They've beaten the Lakers 3 times. They've beaten Phoenix. They've beaten Golden State. They beat them last year in the play-in tournament.
Now, at Golden State.
Yep, they hungry now. They done got a taste of this. Now, I do believe they're the third best team, but the gap that I thought existed yesterday, I don't believe it's the gap now, Skip. Because yesterday I thought it was, 1-2, Phoenix, Golden State, and then, no, it's 1-2-3. They're right there together. They're right there together. Now,
they have tracked down Utah right before.
Oh, yeah. They tracked down Utah. Now, the question is, Skip, that you're going to have to, that seriously, in a 7-game series, do you believe after 2 months of Clay getting his legs back under him, I don't believe Steph Curry is going to continue to struggle to shoot the ball because, Skip, he's struggling shooting the ball.
You can argue this is the worst slump of his career.
Yes.
He went 2 of 9 from 3 last night.
Even though he had a 27-point triple-double.
He did.
He didn't shoot the ball the way we're seeing Steph shoot the ball. Clay's going to get his leg. They're going to get Weissman back.
And they didn't have Draymond last
They didn't have Draymond, yeah. Skip, now, Phoenix, Chris Paul is the best pure point guard in basketball. He's a pure old-school point guard. Put him in the pick and roll. He's going to pick and pop. He can get to the rim. He can facilitate for everybody else. Devin Booker shooting a career high from 3. Mikal Bridges is an elite defender. Jay Crowder has not played as well as he has the last year for Phoenix, but last night he came up big, kept him in the ball game early. So I believe they're going to be there. But, Skip, this Ja kid, and I told you.
You did.
You was on Zion. I say, Skip.
Okay, but I just said Zion just because he's bigger. And Zion...
That might be his problem,
when he was right, he was really right. We'd never seen anything like his ability to score around the rim with both hands.
But this kid is so athletic.
Oh, it's just unbelievable.
And he just, Skip, you can he's getting better and better, and he's getting more and more confident.
Yeah.
He ain't scared of nobody. He's going at everybody, Skip. They put the ball in his hand, 3 straight possessions down the stretch. They said, you take this thing over for us, y'all. Bring us home. And a floater, and one, and a layup. Boop, there you go, your ball game.
So you're not convinced after even last night?
I'm gaining. They're convincing me. I'm not sold yet, Skip, but I'm listening to the pitch. I mean, they got me listening to it. I'm it's on audio books. I'm listening.
Okay. What happened in Are We There Yet? You had Cube driving with his wife in the front seat. Who was in the back seat? Kids.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the kids were just getting antsy and anxious. Are
like
we
kids
there
do.
yet? Yeah, they're like they do. These kids are anxious and they're antsy and they're hungry and they're tired of being overlooked.
Right.
And Ja had a little minor incident with some fan in Memphis last night. They were in Memphis, and as he's leaving the court, the young fan had on a Golden State.
Yeah, you want a high five?
Yeah, you want a high five? And Ja just stared him down. Well, Ja's still got a lot of kid in him, and he wants respect, and he's not going to high five with the kid. No. And so he apologized after the game, and it came from his heart both times. Both times, that's just straight from the heart. Like, no, I'm not going to high five. You got the wrong jersey on.
If I'm walking out of the stadium and somebody got Gonzalez, hey, Sharp, you got that ain't for me. You better miss me.
No. So
it's not a knock on Gonzalez, but I ain't doing it.
He said, please find the kid's info, and I'll send him one of my jerseys. I'll sign it. And, okay. And that's straight from his heart.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I totally agree, Skip.
This kid these kids, I should say, are arriving right before your very eyes. What they did Sunday to your Lakers was just astounding to me.
They took them apart.
And remember, there's no Dylan Brooks right now. He just might be their best defender.
Oh, he is the best defender.
He is dog after raw meat, man.
Yeah.
He is serious business. And I remind you, he averaged 17 a game last year and against Steph and company in that play-in game. Weren't we kind of going back and forth? Is it Ja's team or is it Dylan's team?
Right.
I mean, they're sort of vying for the best player on the team. Well, once again, he sprained his ankle against the Clippers on Saturday, so he's gone for, 4 or 5 weeks. Well, let him get right. Let Steven Adams get out of protocol. He's still averaging 9 rebounds a game, leading the team, so he gives them an inside presence that they can play off of. He doesn't have to play high minutes because they look pretty good with Jaren Jackson manning the interior at 6 feet 11 inches tall. And his father could play, and he can really play.
Yeah, because he's different than Steven Adams, Skip, because he can shoot the 3 ball.
Absolutely.
He can place the floor.
Yeah.
And he's a much more athletic defender than Steven Adams.
Much more. So I start looking down the list here, and I've been watching Memphis because they're really getting a hold of my heart now. And I've been watching this John Conchar. He comes off the bench. He just makes everything.
Yeah.
Do you realize John Conchar from Purdue Fort Wayne, undrafted 2 years ago, he's making 49% of his threes. If he qualified because he didn't have enough attempts, that would be leading the NBA.
Yes.
Well, every time he comes in, he just says, I got this, and he goes straight up and shoots it with conviction like, I got this, and he swishes.
He lit the Lakers up both times they played in Memphis and on Sunday.
John Conchar, and then young Tyus Jones. He just comes in.
He couldn't miss.
Hey, he couldn't miss last night. And by the way, he's shooting 40% from 3 and 48% from the field, both career highs for him. That young man just knows how to play basketball.
He does.
And he is actually a purer point guard than Ja is. And they've been playing them both together where Ja can just play off the ball and just swoop to the hoop and do his Ja stuff, right?
Yep.
And Tyus Jones, if we could see, he made Steve Kerr said after the game, the 2 biggest shots were from Tyus Jones. 2 threes back to back. If we could see kick out.
And Skip, he don't even hesitate. He don't even hesitate. He's like, I ain't resetting the clock.
Doesn't he shoot it like it's going to go in? Yeah. And this is another big one. Boom. And those came with 4:08 and 3:34 left and put them up 6 and up 9. And those were kind of the daggers.
Yeah.
But then, to your point, Ja just said at the end, when it got a little bit tight, he said, get out of my way and give me the basketball. If we could see these 2 swoops to the hoop. This is Ja at his most explosive, where he just says, I got you. I got you. How do you stop that? How do you stop that? From about 12 feet, a little floater.
And Payton the second, was a nice defender.
Very good. Not as dad.
Elevated over the shot. No.
And then here he goes again, and a little lefty scoop, and 1.
Yeah, they call him the mitten. He ain't the glove,
he's the mitten.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. But he's been playing well.
Yeah, he has. He made some big threes last night.
Made some big threes. But I'm looking at the depth of this team.
Yes.
Desmond Bane had a bad game. He shot 3 for 14. Didn't matter. But in the fourth quarter, they were locking up and locking down on defense because look what happened to Steph and Clay in the fourth quarter, shall we? Klay Thompson went 1 of 5 and 0 of 2 from 3. Steph Curry in the fourth quarter last night went 1 of 6 and 0 of 3 from 3. Well, that's the greatest shooter ever. And I keep telling you, there are a lot of nights when he doesn't come up as big as he should with the games on the line. Well, this was a statement game to me, at least for Memphis. Maybe Golden State doesn't care. They didn't have Draymond. But it's not like Draymond has young legs anymore, right? He's an aging player. Right?
Draymond plays more with his mind because he seems to be a step ahead. He knows where you're trying to get to, and he beats you to the punch. He does a great job of setting those screens for Steph because Steph will be on the other side, and Draymond's like, okay, I'm going to get this ball, and this guy's going to be over here, but I'm going to pass the ball behind my back to Steph and set the screen, and then Steph's going to get a wide open 3. Okay. So he does a great job of facilitating that, Skip. But this is a young team. Young teams that all of a sudden start to gain confidence by beating teams that people say, oh, Golden State's going to be there. Phoenix is going to be there. The Lakers are supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Utah's supposed to be there. Now, Skip, remember now, they gave Utah fits. They gave Utah fits.
They gave them fits. I agree.
Ja went for like 40, averaged like 30 in their series.
I got it.
So they're not afraid. You know what, Skip? Like Brian Billy used to tell us, we're just young enough to not know what we don't know.
Correct.
They don't know they're not supposed to be this good this early.
No.
They don't know any better.
And as much as I love the Nets and I pick the Nets, I'll be honest with you. I love basketball.
Yeah.
And they're hard for me to watch because it's one-on-one city, man. It's just like, is it your turn or my turn? And they clear side and somebody just dribble goes. This team flat out moves the basketball. And Kyle Anderson, who used to play for my San Antonio Spurs, is such a sweet disher of the basketball as kind of the point forward here. He just knows how to play basketball. And it's going to go to the right place at the right time. They took the Lakers apart with young legs and unselfishness, where the ball's just all of a sudden somebody's got a layup or a dunk. Really?
Because you got a lot of guys. Jock can take you off the dribble. Desmond Bain can take you off the Zaire Wibb. They got guys that can take you off the dribble, Skip. Somebody's going to slash to the basket getting a layup, or somebody's going to get a wide open kick three. They're impressive. But like I said, Skip, I thought it was like 1, 2, 3. No, it's 1, 2, 3. They're right, Skip. They're right there. Now, the question is now 7 games. Okay, we've seen them beat each team individually, but in a 7-game series, you slow it down. I focus all my attention on you. I'm not worried about, okay, I got Memphis tonight, and then I got this team the next night, and I got the next team. No. All my attention is devoted to you.
They got young legs. They got young heart.
But
they're maturing right before your eyes because they play a very mature brand of basketball. They didn't even have their head coach last night. He's a very good young coach.
He is.
So my point is, over 7 games, at some point, Chris Paul